Welcome again. Thanks everyone for tuning in to 5v5 Fridays here at in Brooklyn, New York, at the NYU Game Center. My name is Charles Pratt. I'm here commentating, and occasionally you'll hear Eddie Robertson from TheVerge.com dropping in to help me out either when I'm up playing or if I just need a break. Okay, early on here, actually, we finally have a fight between Econ and the snail. Bleediocre is pushing a speed snail right now. Oh, there we go. It's really moving now. While BeeYOBee pushes Econ. And they're already almost halfway done, but we have some heavy ledge guarding going on now. The speed drone has now had to abandon the snail. But oh, there we go, a kill on the gold queen, and this may be, yeah, Bleediocre's chance to get that snail moving again. But as I say that, there's a lot of movement in BeeYOBee's Econ. They're now only 5 berries away from winning. So that ledge guard is going to need to do a lot of work, because now BeeYOBee is in fact on the snail. Oh, they were threatening to move it back, and in fact we've got no rider here. We got a rider coming down that's immediately shut down by that gold queen, and none of these blue soldiers can challenge that because they are not going to win a bounce battle against a queen. Oh, here we go. Oh, a fight there between the queens. A blue queen gets taken out, which means that she has a chance to come over here and start cleaning out some of this hive. And in fact, there you go, 2 more berries popping right in. That means that BeeYOBee is only 3 berries away from winning. Now, they've got a speed drone out, so they are threatening it, but they do not have the military right now to support that speed drone and help it get in. We have a blue soldier right now transforming. Hopefully they'll be able to get something done. And the queen actually coming down, maybe to help even out this fight a little bit. That ledge guard doing a little bit of fighting itself. The queen, though, actually blue queen having to hold the gold queen in check to make sure that she does not go clearing out her own hive. And here we go, a lot of ledge guarding going. Ooh, nice ledge guarding there as they kill a defending soldier. Now we have 2 ledge guarders up for Bleediocre, and that snail has actually moved back into the quarter position, which means that it's a long way from home, and there are only 2 berries left for BeeYOBee, which means that Bleediocre, perhaps wise. Oh, there we go. They got a slow rider now dropping down. But Bleediocre, perhaps wisely, has decided that maybe this is actually going to be a military fight. But oh, we've got some clever ledge guarding though. Oh, 1 berry gets in though. Now they're 1 berry away, and the snail is moving back. I don't know about this, folks. I think that Bleediocre needs to just transfer into a hard military. Really harass this hive. Really make sure nothing gets in, and then. Oh no! Oh, the ledge guarder lets 1 in, and that means BeeYOBee takes the first game of this best of 5. Ooh, a tough game there. It's hard to know what Bleediocre could have done. They just lost some of those military fights that they needed to win to make that snail work. And they were doing a pretty good job of it, but unfortunately, BeeYOBee kept being able to reverse that snail back. So a pretty tough loss there. For Bleediocre. Hard fought as BeeYOBee goes up 1-0. Once again, both of these teams thinking hard about what they need to do to bring this in. Interesting to think about. They're 2 very, very talented teams, and this is part of the reason they really take this seriously. They think out a strategy, they think out a counter strategy depending on what their opponent's doing, and it looks like what we have is we are going to be going into a traditional 2-2 for both of these teams. Here, when the life is on the line, they go traditional. Although, actually, no, there we go. We've got some snail movement for BeeYOBee, but they're going to try to do both. They've actually got a speed drone there. I don't know if they're thinking of sort of a secret switch there onto the snail, but there we go, snail abandoned. It looked like they just wanted to put the snail out of reach for blue. We have queen ledge guarding in blue's base, gold queen ledge guarding in blue's base, maybe trying to get a fight. Here we go, a bounce battle between both, and gold queen decides to abandon the hive, and blue queen dives right after her. Worth noting that Econ has been moving really quickly, and there we have a belly bounce pushing that ledge guarding warrior out. That's something you gotta watch out for. Those workers can just belly bounce you out. But there we go, retaking position, and actually Bleediocre has tied Econ up right there. And with a kill on the gold queen, that means that they're going to have even more presence to hopefully close this out. They've got a speed drone working now. There's still some controversy as whether a speed drone is actually worth it on Econ. Your speed is mostly horizontal speed. Oh, a little belly bounce there from that speed drone to push the gold queen out. But it ends up not working because that gold queen ends up taking out both of these soldiers. Here we got this speed worker teasing. Here we go, blue queen coming in and taking her out. That means that these two berries are going to get in, and Bleediocre is going to tie it up 1-1. All right, a good traditional Econ game there, coming from both teams. None of that crazy snail business. And we are looking at a tied up game here between BeeYOBee and Bleediocre. Crazy game. There's a lot of positioning, a lot of military, and for a while there it looked like BeeYOBee definitely had that Econ lead. But some good ledge guarding there by Bleediocre, even though they were belly bounced out. Means that Bleediocre could catch up and take the round, take the game. So we are now tied up. So let's see what these two teams have in store for us. Right now it looks like Bleediocre going for a traditional 2-2, and they're actually a worker taking on that queen and bouncing her right out. We actually have initially it looks like it was a 4-all opening for BeeYOBee, but because of maybe some bad platforming, they only got 3 berries in, which Bleediocre is now tied up, and they have their own. They have someone actually guarding against this. So Bleediocre having a ledge guard and a queen there, shutting down BeeYOBee's Econ and guarding their own. Now in the meantime, BeeYOBee has started moving that snail, but here we go, blue queen coming down, trying to shut that down. Yeah, not gonna let that happen. Oh, but she gets killed trying to guard it. Now, just shutting down the snail that long means that unless we have some very good ledge guarding by BeeYOBee, that snail will probably lose to Econ. Econ is more than halfway done, but as I say that, it actually looks like with a little bit of guarding, this dive though from that queen, chasing it off, but oh, another drone jumps back on. It's going to be tough though. It's very, very close. A little bit of a death switch there, a sacrifice switch, and it's tough here. I mean, the blue queen can just sit there until the gold queen comes down to stop this. There's not much these soldiers can do, but the gold queen has opted to ledge guard up there in the blue base, and now she's going to have to run out. Oh, but she takes out the blue queen in the meantime. But here we go, a little soldier, and there we go. This gold snail can start moving again, but there's only one berry up, but there's no berry in sight. It is a long way from getting up there, but the long dive by the blue queen takes out that rider. Now blue is moving it back, and once again we're in a position that gold queen is ledge guarding while blue is moving the snail back, and this can only be good for Bleediocre. They just have an advantage, right? Like that snail now has to go a long way, and here comes that last berry. There we go, Waffles bringing the berry in, which means that Bleediocre is actually up 2-1 in this best of 5. After having lost the first match, their Econ is carrying them through. Who knows if they had switched that up, if they had had a soldier guarding instead of the queen, they probably would have had a little bit more of a presence. They would have been able to clean that net area out a little bit more efficiently, and they might have taken that game. They were literally pixels away from winning. But they just couldn't close it out. They just didn't have the military presence. It went back and forth, but in the end, they weren't able to bring it in. Hard to know what to do in that situation. Obviously, we'll be putting that match up online. We can do a little bit of analysis, figure out maybe what BeeYOBee could have done differently. I have to think that it just, it wasn't good to have your queen ledge guarding. I mean, it just seems like an inefficient use of your queen. It's very effective probably, but I guess they felt that the economic pressure they were dealing with was just that strong. And now that I say that, here we have BeeYOBee guarding, harassing Bleediocre's base with their queen, as BeeYOBee starts pushing traditional Econ, and there we go, a kill on Bleediocre's queen. Means that they're going to get even more of a lead here. Bleediocre inching forward. This is a very dangerous bounce battle, and but she is opening up a little bit of room for Bleediocre's econ to start up again. And here she goes chasing the Gold Queen and taking out Speed Snail Rider. So a little bit of Sneak Snail there as Blue has shut down Gold econ and now tied it up. But another kill on the Blue Queen. So she is in a lot of danger. They should maybe be concentrating on just having her guard the base and making sure that soldiers can get out and get this econ rolling. Blue soldier getting chased out of the gold base, which means gold econ is going to start moving again. And Blue moving the snail back. Oh, a kill on the Gold Queen. That's unfortunate, as Gold positions a speed warrior there to harass the Blue base. It looks like they're all tied up on econ, but Gold econ is moving faster, partially because Bleediocre has for some reason decided that they need to take the snail all the way back to the center. That's surely not necessary. They really just need to take it back far enough to give themselves some breathing room. And here we go, Gold Queen guarding the Blue base, and a Gold Snail moving. Oh, a kick of a berry into the Blue. That's a little lifeline for them. But right now, it's unclear how Blue is going to get into this. There's a lot of guarding going on. Oh, but there we go. Some drone coordination pushes the Queen out. But once again, we have a drone on the snail. I don't think that's worth it. You really could just use more military out, frankly. But we'll see. Okay, so Gold trying to push the guards out, but there's a lot of Blue military around that Gold base trying to shut it down. Basically, leaving the drones up to their own devices to try to get these last two berries in. But Blue continues to push Snail, actually. So maybe that's their strat, is that they're going to keep the Blue base harassed and just keep pushing the Snail. So eventually, the Queen is going to have to come down to deal with that. And that's what happens. They've got one berry left. That drone managed to get in as all of the Gold military falls down onto the Snail. And now Gold is moving the Snail again. This is not going to happen. I don't understand this. Oh, so they're one berry difference, but here comes the Blue berry, the last one to come in, and there we go. Bleediocre manages to take it 3-1 at the very last minute. That was extremely close.